Well, I'm back out on the bike. So far I've probably put up around about 50 kilometres and the bike's performing really well, so the effort involved, the 4 hours work, pulling the forks, putting the new oil in, putting it all back together, so I'm pretty happy with that. The ride quality has improved immensely, so out along the road now or around town, when I do hit a few bumps, at least I can just, I wouldn't say I glide over them, but I go over it equal to what I have on other C5s. So, you know, I made a slight error with the oil measurement, thinking that you know, the liquid and oil were the same mix, but apparently 200 mils of oil on that scale turned out to be 230 mils in exact weight. But with this particular bike, the maximum you can go to is 265 mils per fork, so I'm still in spec, so there's no problem there. I'm still you know, 35 below that, so you know, I can handle that quite well. This is a nice little place to stop too. This is the old, or the local reservoir here. Not much water in at the moment, but if it keeps raining, the water's just starting to flow into it now. It's been dry for months. When I pointed out the forks, that one particular spring was in the wrong way, or I thought was in the wrong way, that could have been the problem why that there was a little bit of no bounce in the front forks, and you know, there were sort of virtually two forks picked up. It was low on oil by 60 mils, and two, the fork springs may have been working against each other. The main thing is, it was sorted out with no drama. I got the bike back together, and one of the reasons I do work on these bikes myself, and I'm no mechanic, I'm just a person who had a few of these Enfields over the years, over the past 8 years, and I've sort of learnt by hand just to do a bit of work on myself. And the only reason I do the actual work on myself is because I'm roughly on a round trip 300 miles to a dealer or 500 kilometres. So if I want anything done, you've either got to really like the bike to buy them to start with, because I don't know anyone in my area that's actually got a UCE the same as mine or any of them like that. So you either got to really like them or put up with the faults and try to fix them yourself, because it's a long way to go if you want to fix something on the bike. So you either got to bear with it or don't buy them at all. You've got two choices, so you know, you've got to be really perseverant and put up with their faults, if any. And there usually are a few faults you got to put up with these bikes, so it just comes with the bike. And it's not so much the bike's its fault, it's just the way they assemble over there at the home country. They don't show much pride and work of a shit what they do. Which in a way I think it's a pity, because these are really nice little bikes and I really enjoy them, and I think overall these are my favourite bikes. So it's a pity they just don't show pride and workmanship, whether they're putting oil in the fork tubes or whether they're tightening the steering. They're areas I've had problems with on previous bikes, and it's just like they don't care. I suppose I won't have to worry about that now, because this is the last run of the C5s, and I still count myself lucky I was lucky enough to come in and get one of these last ones and try it all over again. And when I say lucky enough to come in and try it all over again, I'd also like to point out I still don't think, since the first one I bought in 2012 up until this very last one I bought now in 20, and there's been a lot in between, I really don't think the quality control or the way they've put them together has improved all that much in 8 years, considering they've made the very same bike with very little improvement in the design of that bike apart from ABS over that same period of time, plus the new swing arms. So it's just part and parcel of these. Either the luck of the draw, you get a good one from scratch, or you get a bad one. It just depends on how they felt on the day or who was putting it together, how lucky you are. And in most cases it's just carelessness that causes the problem with these bikes. Apart from that, they're pretty good bikes. I enjoy riding them, and you know, they're a fun bike to have. It's only minor things. I've come in and fixed it myself. I'm no mechanic, so if I can fix it, you can just follow any guides that I come through, and I'm going to list quite a few things what you can look on different parts of this bike I've experienced over the years, and it'll be a benefit to you. And it could stop you from sitting out on the road like this part I am now parked, that you may not be parked and you might be looking for a problem. So we can do a bit of a recap. The forks are being pulled. I've now put in the correct oil weight in the front forks. I've got the springs in the front fork sitting in there the correct way. The bikes appear to be running along the bike now and riding the bumps well, so everything's right in that way. I've put up now roughly 50 k's since I've been on it, riding around. So that's working well. So I can just get on the riding of this bike now and carry on, get it up to the 200k mark, get out and give it its first oil and filter change, check if there's any metal in the motor, because it's very important to give these motors a few good clean outs in the early stages, or I found it is. And overall, like I said, I'm no mechanic, I'm just somebody that gets out here, buys these bikes, enjoys the bikes, fixes them, if I can fix it myself, have a go at fixing it. And that's about all I can tell you about this stage, but it's just a report to say, as far as I'm concerned, everything's running well on this bike. Catch up with you later. If you like these clips, why not subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and we'll catch up with you later, and hopefully I'll give you a couple of good tips further down the track which will keep you smiling when you're riding one of these bikes, rather than thinking of giving it a kick in the back spokes. So catch you later.